Tidbits from TNT, Wednesday morning, the 5th of February 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. TNT. Tishwash. Finance announces the launch of national bonds, first issue, for public subscription. The Ministry of Finance, represented by the Public Debt Department, announced the launch of national bonds, first issue, for public subscription, with a total value of 2 trillion Iraqi dinars. For the period from February 10 to March 10, 2025, as part of its plan to enhance local investment and provide savings tools for citizens and investors. The ministry's statement stated that the bonds are distributed into two categories. The first bond is worth 500,000 dinars with an annual interest of 6%, and is due after 2 years, with interest paid every 6 months. The second bond is worth 1 million dinars with an annual interest of 7.5%, and is due after 4 years, with interest paid every 6 months. It explained, the bonds are characterized by their tradability on the Iraq Stock Exchange, which provides a distinct investment opportunity for citizens and companies looking for stable financial instruments. She explained that the bond offering comes based on Article 77 first of the Federal General Budget Law No. 13, for the years 2023, 2024, and 2025, with the aim of supporting the national economy and enhancing confidence in the Iraqi financial system. Tishwash. Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq receives the French ambassador accompanied by a delegation from the French business sector. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Mr. Ali Mohsen Al-Alak, received the French ambassador to Iraq, Mr. Patrick Doreal, and a French delegation, which included a number of French banks and companies in various sectors, in the presence of officials from the Central Bank of Iraq and the Director General of TBI Bank. His Excellency the Governor reviewed the investment opportunities in all sectors, especially after the security stability witnessed by Iraq. He explained the priorities, plans and initiatives that the central bank is working on to achieve general stability in prices by controlling the inflation rate, and supporting economic growth through its financing initiatives to achieve economic diversification. He pointed to the role of the central bank in expanding financial inclusion, moving to electronic payment, digitizing the economy, integrating into the global economy and its financial system, and the great success in moving foreign transfer operations to the latest international practices and standards. His Excellency explained the laws that facilitate the movement of investors' funds into and out of Iraq, stressing the endeavor to overcome the difficulties facing investment companies wishing to work in Iraq, within the area of specialization. For his part, His Excellency the French ambassador stressed that French companies have an important and great opportunity to invest in Iraq and deal directly with the private sector, especially with the existence of laws that support investors and commercial projects. The French delegation also participated in the dialogue and raised the most important questions that contribute to understanding investment opportunities, while His Excellency took the initiative to answer the delegation's inquiries as well as the officials present at this meeting. Central Bank of Iraq, February 4, 2024. Media Office. Tishwash. Joint statement by the Sudanese Office and the Central Bank on the modernization of the banking sector. Joint statement from the Office of the Prime Minister and the Central Bank of Iraq. Banking reforms constitute an important pillar of the economic reform adopted in the government program. In order to complete the important steps that the government has started in this framework since it began its work, and in order to achieve a package of development targets that require banking development, the government, in cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq, has embarked on a comprehensive initiative that includes a comprehensive strategic banking reform process that constitutes a turning point in the history of economic development in Iraq, and is consistent with the extent of commitment to raising the level of banking standards, enhancing financial flexibility, and supporting the competitiveness of the financial system. These comprehensive reforms aim to keep pace with developments in the countries of the region and the world, and contribute to opening partnerships and prospects for communication with the outside world on a broad scale in modern banking and financial transactions, as the central bank works to implement and develop regulatory and supervisory frameworks with international partners, which contributes to achieving sustainable growth and development of the banking sector. just as the government works to support the reforms and efforts of the Central Bank of Iraq in developing the state of the banking sector. These reform efforts focused on the following main areas. 1. Strengthening ownership structures and governance frameworks, by enhancing transparency and accountability. Through measures including the creation of diverse ownership structures, and ensuring independent oversight by boards of directors over operations and committees. 2. Raising the level and standards of service, by increasing access to basic financial services for all members of the Iraqi people. Through enhancing efficiency, increasing the supply of products, and modernizing the infrastructure of the banking sector. 3. Harmonization and conformity with international standards, by imposing adherence to recognized frameworks and practices in the areas of combating money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism, as well as commitment to financial transparency in order to ensure smooth banking services and support businesses and citizens' needs. 4. Enhancing financial flexibility, by enhancing the financial safety of Iraqi banks and setting strong requirements regarding capital and cash liquidity to protect customer deposits and protect the economy in the face of local and international challenges. This initiative comes within the framework of a broader strategy aimed at modernizing the banking sector, which the Central Bank of Iraq is currently developing in partnership with Oliver Wyman, a leading global management consulting firm. The ongoing reforms being implemented with government banks enhance the integration of this strategy, representing a turning point in the future of the Iraqi financial system. The implementation details of these reforms will be presented later. From this standpoint, the government and the central bank affirm the adoption of a common reform vision, which is to establish a modern, transparent and comprehensive banking system that supports the aspirations of the dynamic economy of the Iraqi state. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com